Good evening everyone, Shabby here and welcome to night number 2 of AEW's Revolution. We've got some cracking matches here for you this evening, including our main event for the SWE Hardcore Championship as Darby Allin defends in a fatal 4-way. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why the hell are these four guys in a match here at AEW Revolution? Now, we have been promised, as per Mr. Paul White, a Hall of Fame level signing for AEW at Revolution. At the moment, the internet is going mad, and these are four of the main names that are being linked to it. For me, as soon as I heard it, I said Kurt Angle, and I'm still leaning heavily towards Kurt Angle as who I believe it's going to be. But these are some of the people that the internet is leaning towards. I mean, CM Punk, I don't know. Batista, I feel like he's got too much of a movie career now to sign a multi-year deal with a wrestling company. Brock Lesnar, does he give enough to warrant a signing? I mean, he would give a lot of extra audience, I suppose, for AEW. But I still think it's going to be Kurt Angle, to be honest. One more run for Mr. Kurt Angle. Not only as a wrestler, but also as a trainer as well. The amount of experience that Kurt could give to some of the younger talent is incredible. And, I mean, Sting signed a multiple-year deal, so there's no reason why Kurt Angle couldn't as well. But I'm leaning towards Kurt Angle, but we'll have to wait and see at the time. There's no real hints at the moment. All I do know is I believe it is a male because Tony Khan referred to the person as a he and a him. So it's definitely a male, I would imagine. And they're signing a multi-year contract. So I don't think it's going to be anyone too old. It's not going to be a one-off appearance. So we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. The other guess I had is it could be just Paul White. He could just be announcing himself as an in-ring talent. Massive sort of... why not have a heel and a face turn in the first week? Why not? Just as a little dig to WWE, just heel and face him over and over again, just for fun. Now, this is a fatal 4-way elimination match, so of course a point for each elimination and an extra point for the win. So it's a good chance here for someone. I mean, we've seen Punk so far. I don't know if we've seen any of the others. I think this is Batista's debut. Might be Lesnar's debut as well. I think only Punk might have wrestled in this so far. So it's interesting. Get some more people on the roster. I mean, we're getting close to 300 people now that have appeared for us so far this year. And we're only just in the beginning of March, so it showcases how many fantastic names we do have available to us in this roster. And of course, we've got 5 big matches for you this evening, culminating in our main event, where Darby Allin will defend the Hardcore Championship for the first time as he goes up against Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and Joey Janela in a fatal 4-way elimination match. It looks like Angle and Lesnar were trying a little battle there to see who could do the most German suplexes, but Punk was able to break free straight away. Yeah, it's a weird one to say. I don't really know who it's going to be. My initial guess was Angle. That was my initial guess. I mean, unless it's going to be one of the main names from New Japan, like an Okada or a Tanahashi signed in a couple of years. It's difficult to say, really, isn't it? I mean, obviously, with the working relationship they have, there's no reason why they couldn't have Tanahashi or Okada. My cat's just staring at something. I hate when they stare at stuff because I can't see it half the time. I literally spotted a ghost. Kurt Angle now into the pin on Batista. As CM Punk looking to fly into Brock Lesnar on the outside. Lesnar now Locked into the triangle choke on the outside while Batista is controlling Angle in the middle. Lesnar breaks free of the triangle choke. Of course, it is fatal 4-way, no disqualifications, no countouts. However, pinfalls and submissions only take place inside the ring. I hope we see some weapons in tonight's main event. I hope we do. A Saito suplex there by Lesnar on CM Punk as Batista just pushes over Kurt Angle, who headbutts Batista. Yeah, I don't think it'll be Batista. I don't think it'll be Punk. I hope it's not Lesnar. But there's a possibility it could be Lesnar because of being a free agent and the amount of money. Oh, T-bone suplex on the outside by Lesnar. I don't know, let me know in the comment section down below, who do you think it's going to be at Revolution? Who do you think is the Hall of Fame quality wrestler that the AEW have signed? As Batista, no. I was going to say eliminates Angle, but not quite. Yeah, I think it's Angle, but let me know who you think it's going to be in the comment section down below. I do read them all. Punk with a boot in the knee, and then a big step up into Guri as well. Batista bringing Angle up to a seated base. Angle rolls out the way. Into the German suplex, bridges for the pin. Oh, only a 2 count. I thought Angle was going to nick the first elimination there. Angle again with the German, keeps the grip, rolls the hip, looking for the second German suplex, keeps the grip, rolls the hip. The trifecta of German suplexes there by Kurt Angle, and Punk just knocking Angle down. Punk heads up top. Looking for his Macho Man style elbow, but Angle rolls out of the way. And Batista now catching Angle. This is a big match, actually. 4 huge names here. And 4 potential world champions in SWE, you know. No reason why any of these couldn't be world champion in the future. As CM Punk, massive suplex on Angle to the outside. Lesnar now with a strike in the side, then sending Punk crashing into Angle, I think, knocking Angle over. Lesnar now taking Batista up into a backdrop. Angle now in control of Lesnar. Slamming him face first into the apron. Angle, massive clothesline, taking down CM Punk. I mean, if it was Punk, it would be great. However, he hasn't wrestled in so long, it's going to take him a while to get back in the ring. I mean, only because I feel like Punk would have some cracking matches against some of the other names. I mean, CM Punk versus Kenny Omega. CM Punk versus Cody. I mean, there's lots of big opportunities who it could be. And I just hope we're not disappointed at the end of the day. The problem is when you announce it's going to be a Hall of Fame level signing, you need to have something good, I suppose, don't you? It needs to be something good. CM Punk, no clubbing blow to the back of Brock Lesnar. Punk now up into the Tornado DDT. No elimination so far. Remember, this is an elimination match, not a single elimination so far. Running power slam there, though, by Batista on Punk. Hooks the leg, but Punk was too close to the ropes. Batista now dropping the knee of Angle into the mat. And Batista gets the first elimination. It's Kurt Angle that goes out. And now Batista taking Lesnar up into a Batista bomb there, I think. Yep. There's the pin on Lesnar. Oh, only a 2 count. CM Punk dropping the knee in the back of Lesnar. Now Batista attacking Punk up on the shoulders. Rolls him through. Very agile there by Batista. Once again goes to the Punk on Lesnar. CM Punk just rolls and pushes him across the whole ring because CM Punk has that much body mass that he can easily do that. Punk has got Batista up on the shoulders into the GTS. And there's the pin. That could be enough for Punk to eliminate Batista. And it is. We're down to Punk and Lesnar, the final two. CM Punk now in with a neck breaker on Lesnar. Dropping a leg drop as well. Punk now dropping, throwing Lesnar to the outside. Lesnar brought back up to a standing base by Punk, and Punk goes running at him, but Lesnar gets the elbow up and then flattens CM Punk as well. Lesnar once again bringing Punk up to a standing base into the ring. Lesnar follows Punk as a big strike, another strong strike as well. Sending Punk now off the far side. And both of them just collide in the middle of the ring, which is interesting. Double knees in the spine by Punk, who now looks to head up to the top. Is he thinking big elbow once again? He is, and he lands it right into the heart of Mr. Brock Lesnar, but Punk does not go for the pin. Now he does go for the pin, but I think he might have left it a bit too long. That little bit of taunt in the crowd. Oh, yes. If he pinned him straight away, he might have had that, but Lesnar kicked out just on the brink of the three. Nice spinning heel kick right in the face there by Punk on Lesnar. Lesnar slides to the outside. Punk follows. Yeah, I'm really interested to see who it's going to be, you know. I'm really interested to see who it's going to be. I mean, I'm surprised. I didn't realise that Big Show had actually officially retired from in-ring competitorism. Is that a real word? In-ring competition. That's probably a better phrase. So that's why I still thought it could be him, but considering he's going to be a commentator on one of the other shows, I'm not sure. But yeah, he could announce himself as an in-ring competitor. CM Punk now taking Lesnar up on the shoulders. He's thinking it. He has. He drops it. GTS. Lesnar busted open Punk with a 2 and the... No! Wow. I thought Punk had that then. Now locking in the camel clutch. Can Punk make Lesnar tap? This is like, this match here is the longest like Lesnar's been in the ring in his entire career. I mean, this is the same length as all of Lesnar's matches the last 5 years put together. Lesnar dropping the big right hands into the face of Punk, brings him back up to a standing base. Now taking Punk up into the powerbomb and hoists him back up for a second. And deadlifted back up for the trifecta of powerbombs there by Lesnar. But then Punk just no-sells it by booting him right in the face. Lesnar's back up. Punk catches him with boots in the calf, which is going to be quite painful. And dumps him once again to the outside. Punk now sending Lesnar back into the ring. Punk follows up himself, hopping over the top rope. And Lesnar sending Punk face first into the mat. Lesnar with the strikes. Has Punk draped across, and now strong strike by Punk into the... Wow, a rebounding tornado DDT. Punk now rolls Lesnar over into the pin for the 1, the 2. It's still not quite enough. Lesnar holds on. Big boot in the spine again by Punk, but Lesnar straight back up on his feet. Punk catches him into a belly-to-belly slam. Is Punk going to go for the big elbow once again? Looks like he's thinking about it. Not quite sure what he's doing at the moment, is he really? He's just stood there. He does go for the elbow to the back of Lesnar. Once again, Punk heading up top. And once again, looking for the elbow, but Lesnar playing possum, rolled out the way. Spins Punk round now into the German suplex. And now Lesnar stalking CM Punk. Up on the shoulders. Finds the hard cam before dropping the F5 for the 1, the 2. And the 3 count. Brock Lesnar is victorious here in this match. And yeah, as I said earlier on, let me know who you think in the comment section down below will be AEW's massive new signing. My money's still on Kurt Angle, but I'm not 100% sure by any stretch of the imagination, but Kurt Angle was my thought. I mean, after the way that he was retired by WWE and the whole Baron Corbin situation, I feel like Angle deserves one more run and deserves to sign out the right way. Because that retirement situation against Corbin was a mess and a disaster. So I would like it to be Kurt Angle, and I would like him to get a chance to retire on a high. And here we go then, Pretty Peter Avalon going up against big old Paul White. No more BS. Big old Paul White. I mean, this is a bit of a brutal one here for Peter Avalon, but it gives a chance for us to see the ability Paul White has. And, well, I think Peter Avalon may be dead. 1, 2, and 3. Paul White showcases what he could bring to the ring in possibly one of the shortest matches SWE has ever seen. Hang on a minute. Why is Peter Avalon celebrating? Oh! And Paul White knocked him out again. Peter Avalon just got back up to his feet and Paul White knocked him out again. Wow. Well, welcome to AEW, Paul White. Here we go then, one of the matches we will be seeing at AEW Revolution. It's tonight, isn't it? We have got Big Money Matt versus Hangman Adam Page. Should be a fun one, this one. I feel like they're really building Hangman back up again now, aren't they? So, I think the plan is possibly... This is my opinion, right? This is how I think it's going to happen. I think Omega wins the Exploding Barbed Wire death match. I think Moxley has a few months off while Renee Paquette, or whatever her name is, has the baby. And then I reckon they keep pushing Hangman up to become the super face, and then Hangman is the one to eventually take the championship away from Kenny Omega, completing their like 2-year storyline. That's how I see it. Hangman and the Bucks versus Gallows, Anderson, and Omega, maybe. Yeah, that's how I see it happening at the moment anyway. So that's, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different opportunities. Depends who, like we said, this massive signing's going to be. But that's just what I can see. I think when we can get a crowd back and we have a big AEW pay-per-view, I think Hangman Page is going to be a really interesting person. I think that's what they're probably waiting for. They're waiting for the fans to get back to have this massive pop when Hangman Page wins the challenge. I can't wait for a crowd back in wrestling. It's the only thing I'm a bit annoyed about, to be honest, was not having the crowd. And The rest of the world, I don't really mind too much, to be honest. I quite like staying away from other people. But not having a crowd in the wrestling is really starting to bear on me a bit. But I know we've got a bit, haven't we, with AEW now. But it's like 10% capacity. We want to see the full thing. Really looking forward to that. Hopefully by the end of the year we could be in that sort of position. So Hangman dominating this match early on. The big money mat breaking free. Not sure where I see this match going over the weekend, to be honest. I feel like Hangman should win. However, potentially with the way that Matt is currently working, I don't know. It's going to end up. It's going to end up with Private Party and oh wow, Adam Page has won. That was quite quick. That was very quick. But Hangman Adam Page gets the point. Yeah, I was going to say it's going to end up with Private Party and potentially the Hybrid 2, Jack Evans and Angelico getting involved for Matt Hardy, and then it's going to involve the Dark Order making the save, probably John Silver and Alex Reynolds, and that's either going to end up with Hangman winning the match and then potentially joining the Dark Order. Who knows? That's how I see it happening anyway. It seems like the obvious sort of booking for me. There we go, big win there for Hangman Adam Page. He gets the extra point in our rankings, which I think he needs. He's not been super at the top so far, has he? So he'll be glad with that point. Here we go then, another match we will be seeing this weekend at Revolution is the Tag Team Championship match where the Bucks will take on MJF and Chris Jericho. I'm looking forward to this. Should be a really good match. I've got a feeling the Bucks will probably win. And I've got a feeling they're going to win because Sammy Guevara is going to cost Jericho and MJF the match. That's my thoughts anyway. Either that or they're going to keep Guevara out for a bit longer. I'm not sure, to be honest. But supposed to be having a bit of a run in Impact, weren't he? But that didn't seem to go too well. We'll see what happens. Of course, both these teams are in the Dusty Tag Classic. So we'll see them both at some point. We've already seen one part of the Inner Circle in Sammy Hager make their way through to the second round. I did plan this tournament out before he was where he left the Inner Circle, which is a bit annoying. But we're sticking with it. Jericho getting back up to his feet. Big right hand in the gut. And of course, Jericho is going to wrestle all 3 nights in this because he is wrestling tomorrow night against AJ Styles for the SWE Championship, which is going to be a really big match. And I'm sure Jericho's going to want to win here because a loss here is going to ruin his momentum moving into that match. Of course, he won the 8-man elimination on night number 1 to get this opportunity. So I think Jericho will be hoping to get the win here and continue building his momentum into that match against AJ, which is a massive match for him. He could become the 3rd SWE Champion of the Year. Matt Jackson raining down the rights onto MJF. Big boot in the gut as well. And Jackson now wrenching back at the neck of MJF. But Jericho's there in the ring to break it up. MJF, of course, who got his first victory in this Universe mode in a match against Sammy Guevara yesterday as well. Locked in the armbar. The salt of the earth and got the win. Super kick in the face of Jericho by Nick Jackson. I mean, here's a question. If one of the Bucks was to pin Jericho, would tomorrow's match become a triple threat? Oh my god. Nick Jackson locks in the sharpshooter on Chris Jericho, but Jericho's using his leg strength there to roll Nick Jackson through. Nice arm breaker by Nick Jackson as MJF flattens Matt Jackson. Another arm breaker by Nick. And taking out a leg now as well. This is the last thing Jericho wants. Nick Jackson is working on body parts here. And there's a chance that Jericho could end up with, I don't want to say an injury as such, but he could end up with some, taking some damage into his match tomorrow against AJ. Nick Jackson now grabbing Jericho and dragging him alongside the ring. While Matt Jackson throws MJF back into the ring, boot in the gut. And I tell you what, MJF is struggling to get any offense in this match whatsoever. Jericho turns around Nick Jackson on the outside. Matt Jackson now with MJF up on the shoulders, rolls him through. And now he's heading up top. Is he thinking moonsault? He is indeed thinking moonsault. And of course the Bucks got a big win on yesterday's show as well, defeating FTR and beating FTR and the Lucha Bros. So I got distracted there going, I got very distracted there. Nick Jackson wrenching away at the neck as MJF now taking Matt Jackson up and into a big powerbomb there by MJF. There's the pin as Jericho brings Nick back into the ring and MJF doing well there against Matt Jackson, and Jericho now, nice Michinoku driver against Nick. Mac with a spinning heel kick, but MJF catches him. Jericho now flattens, and MJF looking for that package. Pile driver hits it as well. Jericho up on the top. Double axe handle was now MJF taking Matt Jackson down. Wrenching back in the armbar, the salt of the earth armbar. Jericho now taking Nick Jackson over into the walls of Jericho. And there's the tap. There is the tap. Jericho and MJF pick up the victory. Jericho gets the tap on Nick Jackson, and Jericho takes even more momentum into that match tomorrow against AJ Styles. Wow. That was a big one, that was. Quite enjoyed that. Very much enjoyed that. It was a big match. It went very much either way. I really thought the Bucks were going to win it early on, to be honest. They did dominate a large portion of the match. But it was the combination, MJF and Jericho doing so well. MJF locking in the salt of the earth. And then Jericho able to roll Nick Jackson here into the walls of Jericho. And while MJF had Matt Jackson down and under control, there's nothing Nick could do in that situation but tap out. And there we go. Jericho and MJF from the inner circle get themselves a point and the victory. That's MJF now 2 wins in 2 since he joined the roster. And of course, both of these teams were still yet to see in the Dusty Classic. Right. It's time for our main event. It's time for Darby Allin's first Hardcore Championship defense, and it is not going to be easy. And here we go, this is what it's all for, the SWE Hardcore Championship. Now, of course, Darby Allin won this belt last time out at the Forbidden Door. And this is his first championship defense. It's not going to be an easy one. I mean, the Hardcore belt is one that I expect to move around a lot more often than the other ones. And, I mean, we've not really been that great to Darby Allin. We've thrown him straight in there against Joey Janela, Eddie Kingston, and Jon Moxley. Fatal 4-way elimination, extreme rules, weapons allowed, weapons encouraged, really, if you look at it that way. Eddie Kingston now boots on the arm of Joey Janela. Now discus forearm right into the face of Kingston, who's back up on his feet into the dragon screw on Janela. Mox now with the big strikes in the face of Darby. And a strong right hand to the head as well. Mox now once again, stiff right hand in the face of Darby Allin. Darby comes around the back, spins Mox round and back into the ring. Janela dumping Kingston to the outside as wow. Moxley just raining down the rights and the lefts into Darby Allin. Darby stiff right hand to the face of Moxley. And Moxley again just raining down the strikes. Now, just to make my life easier, pinfalls and submissions still must take place inside the ring. This is so I just don't miss anything, basically. Mox now with a neck breaker on Darby Allin. Strong right hands into the gut of Eddie Kingston. Nice takedown. Mox now with a stiff right hand in the face. Now sending Janela into the ring. Mox now fighting back with a big forearm. Rolling through Darby Allin. A big elbow in the top of the head as well. As Eddie Kingston just launches Darby Allin back of the head first into the mat. Darby now with the big boots in the back of the leg of Eddie Kingston into the Hurricanrana, taking Eddie down. Eddie, big uppercut on Darby Allin now round the back into the suplex. Bridges for the pin, not quite enough. Yeah, I mean, this is a very, very big match, isn't it? We've had 2 hardcore champions so far. Of course, Chessman was our first hardcore champion. Darby Allin took it away from him last week. As Darby now over the top into the sit-out bomb. Mox taking Janela up, dropping him face first. Now Darby up on top. Is he thinking coffin drop? No, he went for the senton. Misses it, though. No, I was wrong. It is Falls Count Anywhere as John Moxley eliminates Joey Janela. Okay. It is Falls Count Anywhere. Nice DDT on the apron there by Eddie Kingston on Darby Allin. Right, we'll get there in the end. I'll figure out what I'm doing sooner or later. Kingston slamming the face of Moxley into the apron. And Kingston now sends Moxley back into the ring, and I think he's going to try and send Darby Allin back in there as well, but maybe a bit too much. Darby now underneath the ring. What's he looking for? He's found himself a sledgehammer. Do. Moxley sends him in the ring. Mox now heading in to join Darby. Clubbing blow to the back, and now Mox. Oh, nice takedown there. Eddie Kingston with a pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Nice takedown there by Mox, just raining down the rights and the lefts. Again, Mox slamming the arm of Eddie Kingston into the mat. There's the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Remember, this is tonight's main event. Tomorrow we have 5 more matches for you, including AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho for the SWE Championship. Also on tomorrow's card, we will have Thunder Rosa challenging for the SWE Women's Championship against Beth Phoenix again. Darby Allin and Sting will go up against Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. We'll have John Moxley versus Kenny Omega in an exploding barbed wire death match. Yep. And we're going to have an 8-man elimination battle royal, a casino battle royal, if you will. Big superplex to the outside there by Darby Allin on Eddie Kingston. Brutal. Darby drops into the pin. The referee's nowhere to be seen, but that's enough. That is enough. Eddie Kingston eliminated. We're down to Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. Will Jon Moxley become our hardcore champion, or Darby Allin make his first successful championship defense? There's the pin by Moxley. I can't see the referee. Got no idea what's going on, but I think Moxley's no. That's it. I think Moxley just won the hardcore championship, but I think Darby kicked out just in time. There's my phone ringing. Good timing, eh? There's the pin. Moxley now for the 1, 2, and 3. And Jon Moxley is your new hardcore champion. Hitting the dirty deeds on the outside on Darby Allin was enough to finish off our current hardcore champion. And Jon Moxley. I mean, could you ask for a better hardcore champion? I don't. The Hardcore Championship will not be on the line tomorrow, by the way, when Moxley goes 1-on-1 against Kenny Omega in the Exploding Barbed Wire Death Match. That will just be a standard match between the two of them. But there we go, Moxley with the victory. And Moxley is your third ever Hardcore Champion here in SWE. He's the third champion since we only brought the belt in a couple of weeks ago. Like I said, the hardcore belt for me is the one that's going to change hands the most. I really think it will. And there we go, Moxley, victorious. There we go. What a way to end night number 2 of SWE's AEW Revolution. I hope you've all enjoyed. Of course, if you have, hit the like and subscribe and all the other good stuff. And I will see you again tomorrow for night number 3, the final night of AEW's Revolution here with SWE. Good night, God bless, Alvida, saying all the other good stuff. Peace.